Once upon a time, in the bustling digital landscape of the early 2020s, there lived a dreamer named Alex who believed that success was just one breakthrough away. Like countless others scrolling through social media feeds filled with overnight success stories, Alex was convinced that the next venture would be the golden ticket to financial freedom and recognition. The first failure came swiftly and mercilessly. Alex had poured 3 months and every last dollar into creating what seemed like the perfect dropshipping business. The website looked professional, the products were trending, and the marketing strategy appeared flawless on paper. Yet after weeks of paid advertisements and sleepless nights monitoring conversion rates, the harsh reality set in. The business generated exactly $47 in revenue while burning through thousands in advertising costs. The dream dissolved faster than sugar and rain. Undeterred by this initial setback, Alex pivoted to affiliate marketing. Surely this would be different. The second attempt involved creating a blog about fitness supplements, complete with detailed reviews and carefully crafted affiliate links. Months passed as Alex churned out content, optimized for search engines, and built an email list that grew slower than grass in winter. The commission checks that arrived were so small they barely covered the hosting fees. Another dream crumbled to dust. The third failure was perhaps the most painful because it showed promise initially. Alex had discovered cryptocurrency trading and spent weeks studying charts, learning technical analysis, and following every guru on YouTube who promised easy profits. The first few trades actually generated modest gains, feeding the dangerous illusion that this was finally it. Then came the inevitable crash. A single emotional trade, driven by fear of missing out on a rapidly rising altcoin, wiped out months of careful gains in a matter of hours. The trading account balance read zero. By the fourth failure, doubt began creeping in like fog rolling over a harbor. Alex tried creating an online course about productivity, drawing from personal experiences of juggling multiple side hustles. The course was well-researched, professionally recorded, and marketed across various platforms. Yet despite glowing reviews from the handful of students who enrolled, sales remained devastatingly low. The brutal truth was becoming clear. Building an audience from scratch was infinitely harder than any motivational speaker had ever mentioned. The fifth attempt was a mobile app designed to solve a problem Alex personally experienced. Months were spent learning to code, designing user interfaces, and dreaming of App Store success stories. The app launched to crickets. Downloads were sparse, user retention was abysmal, and the few reviews that trickled in highlighted bugs that somehow escaped countless hours of testing. The app quietly disappeared into the digital graveyard where millions of forgotten applications rest. Failure number 6 came in the form of a YouTube channel dedicated to entrepreneurship tips. Alex had studied every successful YouTuber strategy, invested in professional lighting and audio equipment, and scripted videos with the precision of a television producer. Despite consistent uploads for 8 months, subscriber growth remained painfully slow, and the monetization threshold seemed as distant as the moon. The algorithm, that mysterious force that determines digital destiny, remained stubbornly indifferent to Alex's efforts. The 7th failure was a podcast about success stories, where Alex interviewed local entrepreneurs and shared their journeys. The irony was not lost that someone who had yet to achieve success was hosting conversations about triumph. While the interviews were engaging and the production quality professional, listenership remained confined to friends and family. Sponsorship opportunities never materialized, and the monthly hosting costs served as a constant reminder of another unsuccessful venture. By the 8th failure, something fundamental began to shift. Alex had attempted to create a subscription box service for plant lovers, tapping into the growing houseplant trend. The concept was solid, the suppliers were reliable, and the packaging was Instagram-worthy. Yet customer acquisition costs proved insurmountable, and retention rates suggested that most subscribers viewed the service as a one-time novelty rather than an ongoing commitment. As Alex packed the final boxes and processed refunds, a different kind of reflection began. The 9th failure was perhaps the most instructive. Alex partnered with a friend to create a local service business, offering social media management to small businesses in their city. They had skills, they had a target market, and they had personal connections. Initial clients were enthusiastic, but the reality of managing multiple accounts, creating constant content, and dealing with ever-changing platform algorithms proved overwhelming. Client expectations often exceeded reasonable boundaries, and the income barely justified the stress. The partnership dissolved amicably, but another dream was officially buried. The 10th failure was the breaking point. Alex had discovered print-on-demand merchandise, creating designs for t-shirts, mugs, and posters targeted at specific niches. The barriers to entry were low, the profit margins seemed reasonable, and success stories abounded online. Yet after months of creating designs, researching keywords, and optimizing listings across multiple platforms, sales remained virtually non-existent. The harsh reality was that millions of other designers were competing for the same limited attention, and standing out required resources and skills that Alex simply didn't possess. Sitting in a coffee shop on a rainy Tuesday morning, staring at yet another failed venture's analytics dashboard showing flatline performance, Alex reached the bottom. Bank account depleted, confidence shattered, and surrounded by the debris of 10 ambitious failures, the weight of accumulated disappointment felt crushing. Friends and family, initially supportive, had begun offering gentle suggestions about finding a real job and abandoning these pipe dreams. But in that moment of complete defeat, something unexpected happened. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or planning the 11th attempt, Alex began asking different questions. What if the problem wasn't the business models, the markets, or the competition? What if the problem was the approach itself? For the first time in years, Alex stopped consuming success content, stopped following entrepreneurship gurus, and stopped chasing the next shiny opportunity. Instead, there was a deliberate decision to pause, reflect, and analyze what had actually gone wrong in each attempt. The pattern that emerged was startling in its clarity. Every single failure had one thing in common. They were all attempts to replicate someone else's success without understanding the fundamental principles that made those successes possible. Alex had been playing copycat with complex systems, trying to skip the foundational learning that successful entrepreneurs had acquired over years or decades. The revelation was both humbling and liberating. Instead of jumping into another business venture, Alex made a radical decision to spend the next 6 months learning one skill deeply, not learning to become an entrepreneur, not learning to spot opportunities, but learning to become genuinely valuable to other people in a specific way. Alex chose copywriting, not because it was trendy or promised quick riches, but because it was a skill that every business needed and few people did well. The next 6 months were spent studying the craft, practicing daily, analyzing successful campaigns, and most importantly, offering services for free to gain real experience. During this period, something magical began happening. As Alex developed genuine expertise in one area, opportunities started appearing naturally. Business owners who had received free copywriting help began referring others. The quality of work improved dramatically because the focus was on mastery rather than quick profits. Word spread through organic channels rather than desperate marketing campaigns. By month 8, Alex was earning more from freelance copywriting than any of the previous 10 ventures had ever generated. But more importantly, this success felt different. It was built on a foundation of real value creation rather than hopes and schemes. Clients were genuinely happy with the results, referrals came naturally, and the income was both predictable and scalable. The transformation didn't stop there. As Alex's reputation grew and income stabilized, new opportunities emerged organically. A client asked about email marketing strategies. Another needed help with sales pages. Instead of saying yes to everything, Alex continued focusing on becoming exceptionally good at one thing while selectively expanding into related areas. 12 months after the 10th failure, Alex was running a thriving copywriting agency with a waiting list of clients. The business generated 6 figures annually, not through viral marketing or lucky breaks, but through consistent delivery of genuine value. More importantly, this success felt sustainable because it was built on skills and relationships rather than fleeting opportunities. The real revelation was that all those failures hadn't been wasted time. Each attempt had taught valuable lessons about business fundamentals, customer psychology, and market dynamics. The difference was that Alex finally had the skill foundation necessary to apply those lessons effectively. Looking back, the 10 failures weren't really failures at all. They were expensive tuition payments in the University of Entrepreneurship. The mistake had been trying to graduate before completing the coursework. Today, Alex mentors other aspiring entrepreneurs, always emphasizing the same message. Stop chasing opportunities and start building skills. Stop trying to replicate others' success and start creating your own value. Most importantly, stop treating failures as dead ends and start viewing them as data points on the path to mastery. The irony is beautiful. After 10 attempts to find a shortcut to success, Alex discovered that the longest path was actually the shortest. Deep skill development, consistent value creation, and patient relationship building created more wealth and satisfaction than any get-rich-quick scheme ever could. The story continues today, not because Alex found the perfect business model, but because Alex finally understood that sustainable success comes from becoming the kind of person who creates value for others. The failures didn't disappear from the resume. They became the foundation of credibility and wisdom that clients and colleagues respect. Now it's your turn to decide. Will you chase the next shiny opportunity, or will you commit to building real skills that create lasting value? The choice that changes everything is waiting for your answer. What will you choose to master deeply while others chase quick fixes? Share your commitment in the comments below and join a community of builders who understand that true success comes not from avoiding failure, but from learning to fail forward toward mastery.